Perfect. We'll call this meeting to order with the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Smith?
Lord, let the outcome of the war in the Middle East bring freedom to the people of Iran. Help us to preserve the freedom that you have given to us in this country. And we ask for your presence in the working of this small town government. And thank you for being our provider and protector. We pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, sir. Roll call, please.
Mayor Taylor?
Here.
Councilor Boland?
Here.
Councilor Berger?
Here.
Councilor Crumpton?
Here.
Councilor Culp?
Here.
Councilor Schaefer?
Here.
Councilor Zimmerman? Which I
He's
do
online.
see him online. I don't know if we got minutes coming up. Can you see what it says?
Good evening, I'm here.
Perfect. Thanks, sir. Everyone is present and accounted for. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming out to our meeting tonight on March 2nd. That moves us on to announcements. The only announcements I have is I spoke with Sam, our local biologist from Fish, Wildlife, and Parks. They are doing their annual trapping for CWD deer. He wanted everyone to know that they have tagged and are captured and tagged 10 deer. Will have collars on them. They are aware of that. They are their collars. Just so everyone's aware when they see that they're not caught off guard. The trapping is going well. They do not have any numbers at this time. That will move us on to approved minutes from council meeting 1695 from February 17th. Has everyone had a chance to review those? I would entertain a motion.
Motion to approve council minutes 1695.
Second.
Any council discussion?
I think we need to add what was said when Mr. Petrucia was given when he was speaking to us, he had said on the record that they had decided to pull that levy. There is a lot of uproar about that within the community, because then the newspaper then posted an article a couple of days later talking about the levy, so there's a lot of miscommunication out there. Should be on page 4.
Any objections to that? Rick, any other council comment? Any public comment? Mr. Orr?
Mr. Mayor and Council, I'm D.C. Orr. I reside at 1117 Nevada Avenue. On the back page at the top, Councilor Berger stated she recently deactivated her council member Facebook page on her own. No court order, nothing. She took it down due to abuse happening on the platform. Councilman Berger is a professional victim, and she loves to look for
Point of
people
order, personal attack.
who are abusing her.
Mr. Orr?
Now, Mayor and Council, you set the tone for civility in council actions.
That is correct.
If council allows Councilor Berger to characterize the deactivation as an abuse without specificity on what it was that she thinks was abusive, council is going to lead into a legal quagmire that's already cost the taxpayers a ton of money in Libby. She wants to discredit the work of the study commission
Mr. Orr,
relative to transparency.
there's nothing in her comments about your study commission or anything like that. These minutes reflect exactly what she stated at that. So there's.
I want it on the record that what she states is not what this group believes.
Well, that is your opinion, sir. This is the statement she made.
Okay, so I would like to see council actually discuss this and see if they believe that she is being abused. I've been abused by police reports and TROs and all sorts
Mr. Orr,
of
that's got
stuff.
nothing to do with this set of
That
minutes.
has everything to do with this.
And that is your opinion.
Yeah, and I'd love to see you guys actually discuss it, because you're setting yourselves up for a lawsuit
Perfect.
by allowing this to go on.
Thank you.
Have at it.
Perfect. Does council wish to discuss this? I'll take that as a no. Is there any other public comment? Any other public comment? Any public comment online?
I'll
Mr. Jameson.
Jonathan Jameson, 1414 Utah Avenue. And the deactivation occurred right after a discussion DC and I had online. And some comments were deleted. And I didn't delete any of my comments or anything like that. And so there was this back and forth going on. And Gail decided at that point, I believe, to deactivate her account because other comments were getting deleted that she wasn't doing. So,
Thanks, sir.
yeah.
Any other public comment?
I hope that goes on the record.
Any other public comment? So I'll call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Perfect. Minutes are approved. That brings us to reports. City Administrator report.
Yes, Mr. Mayor and Council, it's a pretty short report tonight. First and foremost, we did get our new Deputy City Administrator, Gary Beach, in today, and it was quite a morning, and he's already doing great and ready to take on. And Gary, would you like to say a few words? Sure.
Mayor, Council, my name is Gary Beach, 1310 Utah Avenue. I spent 8 years doing exactly what you guys were doing. In the 8 years, I was on the Budget Committee, Streets Committee, Sewer Committee. I am well aware of the needs and the issues we have within the city. Professionally, I've had 20, 25 years of managerial experience, almost 10 years in construction trade, heavy civil, project managing, anything from wildlife to 3 Mile Border Patrol Station out at Bonner's Ferry. So I'm pretty broad as far as my knowledge, and I look forward to working for you guys. So, do you have any questions?
Council, have a question for Mr. Beach? Perfect. Thank you and welcome aboard, sir.
Thanks.
He's doing great, and tomorrow, he will be taking on a new project at the sewer plant to get some things corrected within the next 10 to 12 days to try to avert emergency situations. So we're really looking forward to that. I spent most of my time the last few days pretty much up at the lower reservoir. I just kicked out the update. The main cofferdam is actually in place. We did have to do a modification. We filled the reservoir up, and we realized that the riprap was not holding the head pressure that we needed. And the reason I'm saying that is that come July and August, when we don't have much rainfall coming in, we actually will not have any water going over the top of that riprap to go over the spillway, and it was just flowing too much. That would lead us to have to release too much water to operate our system. We'd end up running out of water. We got with the engineer, Kevin Grabinski with WWC. We formulated that change. He all approved it. We made that. Basically, we just had to part the riprap, and we put in some 2x2 eco blocks underneath some, or in between some polypropylene liners. And we actually were able to just taco shell it up, so it's retaining enough water, but it didn't alter any of the plans or stability of the structure in itself. So I did get that final update out. The next couple weeks, I'm going to try to kick some that aren't so large, that kind of detail what we did just on the cofferdam and in different areas, to get that out. And the one bit of good news is we got the health advisory was rescinded today. Justin and the crew went out and they finished their directional flushing plan. So we'll have that in place anytime we have an additional boil order go into place. I did speak with the DEQ extensively today. Let them know that I felt that that should become part of the rules, so it's not hit and miss for different communities and situation on a need-to-know basis. I said if that's something that needs to be going forward for health and safety, it should be put into the rules and requirements, because that's what guides us. It's what should guide them. So I'm going to be letting rural water know, and we're all going to start pushing that word out to make sure other cities aren't caught off guard but happen to have a requirement that they weren't prepared for. This week, tomorrow, we'll be having to Livingston for the executive forum. We're going to be talking about quite a few things. One of them is with Montana DES, so they're going to be giving a brief, and I might be assisting with that since we just went through this situation. And then we're trying to find time to go over HB 542, which changed the tax rates for residents versus rental home versus commercial. And we're going to try to get it narrowed down a little bit more on how that will affect the city with finances for our property taxes coming in. Is there any questions of what's going on right now?
Any questions?
That's my report, Mr. Mayor and Council.
Perfect, thanks, sir. Streets report. I see Mr. Williams back there.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Looks like Mr. Chisholm has raised his hand.
Oh. Let's see if we can get him on mute. Bear with me just a moment, Justin.
Gotcha.
Hi, thank you. No, I'm good. That covered it.
Perfect, thanks, sir. Mr. Williams.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Council. Month of February, we've been extremely busy. We had one water line replacement at Family Dollar. They had a leak. They hired a contractor, got it repaired. Sampling was completed of the lower reservoir sediment. Came back non-detect. Been actively on our storm drain cleanout. That's an evolution that we've been working on for a while. Hasn't been done in years. So we're getting those cleaned down, all the subs cleaned out so we have a good baseline. Wastewater treatment plant, they had a drain down at the West Clarifier, cleaned it, and then we ended up jetting the line that runs over to the headward, or back over to like the sand filter area, due to it being plugged. We had stop sign, some more stop sign replacements, the panels due to fading, just being of age. We did 18 of those. Then this time of year, like I stated last month, been doing a lot of sweeping. It's allowing us to get ahead of the curve with those activities. We've been doing some alley work in some areas where they're not oversaturated with water, so we know we have a lot of that out there, so we're trying to get a jump on that. We had one storm drain sump repair, so we had a crack in the top of the cone. It looked like maybe we might have been water seeping out. We didn't want that, so we were able to repair that with some jet set, quick set of concrete. We also did some back truck work at the lower reservoir, so we went up and assisted with some of the sediment clean out within our in our structure where our intake is for our screens, and then with the overflow, those things were loaded with sediment, so we were able to suck a lot of that out and assist with that. The new generator is installed. Propane is hooked up. We built a roof over it to protect it from the weather, and it is online and ready to go. We've also been out doing some pothole patching. We made some repairs to the wastewater treatment plant press hopper, so it's on wheels. They have it up under the chute. When it gets full, they pick it up and they go over and dump it in one of the drying beds, and then they replace it again for more. That was starting to show some wear and tear, so we made some repairs on that for them. We had 2 cemetery digs the month of February that was both full. We had 3 safety meetings of the month, low visibility, struck by injuries, and electrocution. We had one flag repair here at City Hall due to some just wear and tear with the flag blowing in the wind. Lots of jetting activities. 5 days of hydrant flushing as directed by the engineer, like Sam said earlier. I think it was 5 days. It was 18 hours and 33 minutes of active flushing. Like Sam said, we were able to lift the health advisory this afternoon. The Cabinet Affordable Housing project over off of Commerce, so the water and sewer project portion is complete on that. The water pressure test passed, and then they take 2 TBAC tests, bacterial tests, and those were completed, and those both passed. Hammonds, where it runs to the north into 2nd Street, they did a water main tie-in. They ran it to the north, intersecting 2nd Street. that is sitting idle at the moment. They're tied into the sewer main in the intersection of Hammonds and 2nd Street, and they're running that sewer main to the west, that sewer main extension. So when that is completed, they'll pressure that up, test it and all that. When that passes, then they'll get back on the water main at that intersection. They'll be running that across the road and then to the west, to the far end of the property there on 2nd Street. So we'll have a water and sewer main extension to the west down 2nd Street. We were in 7 mornings to de-ice due to freezing conditions around town. We had 1 sewer manhole repair due to wear and tear. We had 1 water valve can riser repair as well due to wear and tear. Cabot Heights Road, so it's in bad shape. We knew it was going to be in bad shape, and we're doing our best to make it passable. We've been up there, had performed 2 days of full days of work up there. And we're able to source asphalt, hopefully maybe sometime in April. Depending on what the weather is going to do, temperatures, it's volatile, trying to make asphalt and not conducive weather temps. So we'll never go up there and doing a thin overlay to those areas to bridge that until we get a full repair, and that can be done once all the lower reservoir work is completed. So we don't feel that that's money well spent to go up there and try to do a lot right now, because we know it's going to get tore up again and we have a lot of truck activity in and out of there. So when that's completed, we'll have a pretty good plan hammered out as far as what we're going to do moving forward to get that road back in tip-top shape. So all the individuals who live up there, they've been very understanding of that. They realize the task that's been going on the last couple of months due to the flooding, and everybody's been very receptive to it. It's been communicating. Sam's been putting everything out, and I've only received a couple phone calls, and it's just been simple questions, and we've just been moving forward on it. So we're going to try to do our best with that in other areas. Any questions of any of the above?
No. Any questions? Perfect.
Thank you,
sir.
Good night.
Police Department.
Mayor Taylor, Council. The month of February, officers responded to 315 calls for service, compared to last year's 125 cases. They investigated 2 assaults, 6 disturbances, 3 threatening calls, 5 thefts, 1 mental health call, 35 public assists, 4 juvenile problems, 3 walkthroughs, 8 city ordinances, 22 suspicious vehicles or people, 7 crashes, 9 DUIs and drug cases, 112 traffic stops, and an additional 51 agency assists. So officers stayed really busy despite not too much movement in the month of February. So I don't have any other announcements. I do have a grant I am working on actively. I was hoping to get it into you guys today for approval. Unfortunately, I missed that deadline, but we'll have it for you at the next meeting. It is for congressional spending funds, and so I reached out to them, and everything looks good for us to submit to have all of our patrol cars replaced, and that's including radios and our camera system as well. About a year and a half ago, we had an issue with our body cameras where the contract ended with Axon, and they wanted to almost triple the contract price, and so we went away with that. And I've been working actively to replace that system. The new camera system works phenomenal, and it's a one-time purchase instead of a contract fee, so we don't have to worry about them raising the prices. So with all of that, it's about just under $400,000 for the police department. When I reached out to the congressional funds, they instructed the staffers that they really like to see when multiple agencies apply at the same time and request a large amount of funds, because then they're not receiving multiple requests for kind of similar things. So I reached out to Troy and Eureka in the Sheriff's Office, and we will be combining the grant to include 4 patrol cars and camera systems for Troy, 4 for Eureka, and we're still waiting to hear back from the Sheriff's Office. They just renewed their fleet, but we might try and get some cameras for them. So without any other cost to the city, we're able to help the entire county out with this single grant. So that's what I'm hoping to push for, and then I'll have that request for you at the next meeting. Also, Mayor Taylor, we did complete a new complaint form for the community for codes. So any city ordinances that people feel being violated, issues like that. My officers will have a form with them. You can fill it out and then send that up so that we can address those issues accordingly. So, anything else? Any questions for me?
I have one question. What's the tripling in calls?
The tripling in calls?
You were at 100 and whatever last year, or 315 this year. What happened?
Traffic stops and proactive policing. So the officers going out, making more contacts with people, finding more, not quite so finding more suspicious people, but addressing uncommon circumstances more frequently. People parked in the parks after hours, things like that.
Council, have any questions? Excuse me. Bert, thank you, sir, and we look forward to your grant request.
Sure.
Clerk Treasurer.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, Council. This last week, I really started working hard on that, is to get all the information updated so that we can get ready to start the new budget. So I'm starting to get all the figures together that need to go into, so we'll know where we're at when we get ready to have our first meeting. And I was talking to Sam today, and I believe we haven't set a date yet, but it will be towards the beginning of April, beginning to mid. And the other thing I'll be getting out is letters out to the department heads, so if there's any requests or anything they know is coming up, so we can have that, so I can have all that information for our first budget meeting. So and that's what I have.
Perfect. Any questions on that? Perfect. We'll move on to committee reports. Do we have any committee reports? How about building? Cemetery Parks?
Nope.
Mr. Zimmerman, fire report.
No fire report tonight, Mayor.
Perfect. I'm sorry about that. Light streets and sidewalks.
Yep.
No ordinance. Water and sewer, I think we're good. Perfect. Public comment on non-agenda items. This is an opportunity for the public to offer comments related to issues that are not currently on the agenda and that the council has jurisdiction over. Public comment is limited to 3 minutes. Do we have any public comment? Mr. Orr.
Mr. Mayor and Council, I'm DC Orr, 1117 Nevada Avenue. So I want to thank Ethan for his work on the study commission. He has been very handy to us. He got Dan Clark to actually sign off on my minority report. And I'll be adding to that minority report. I handed it out to everybody a while back. I hope you all understand that will go on the public record forever. I'm adding to the minority report to talk about what happened here tonight. We do have a lot of agitation at the study commission. I've suffered TRO requests, police reports, trespass requests, and now I have the Lincoln County Attorney Marcia Boris making accusations, but she won't be specific about her accusations. What we are doing, I went to COPP, the Commission on Political Practices, and DCI, the Department of Criminal Investigation, and I've asked for protection. They have told me that what we should do is register as a ballot campaign, and then any of these actions that come up that are aimed at the study commission can be acted upon under MCA 13-35-218. And some of the language in there is this is consistent with the pattern and practice of coercion and undue influence that has been happening in local politics for way too long. I want to thank Johnny Jameson. Johnny and I don't see eye to eye on many things political, yet The man is always sociable, he's always friendly, and we can agree to disagree. But we can also have very lively conversations where we trade facts, which is something I want to start seeing up there on that side of the table. What we had in the past was council members would come in, they wouldn't talk about the action, and they would vote, and no one knew what was going on. You can't ask questions. I'd love to see you guys getting some real good conversations going. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Any other public comment? Any other public comment? Anybody online? So we'll move on to new business. First item is review and approve Brad Nelson's police commission vacancy. You all should have an application in front of you. Mr. Nelson? So we had an opening on the police commission. One of our commissioners moved out of the city limits and resigned, so that's what's created the opening. Mr. Nelson has volunteered to fill that position. Do you have his application in front of you? Does anyone have any questions for him?
Yeah. You said you were on the police commission before. What was the reason that you left?
Well, I was vice chair on the police commission, and I did not choose to leave. I had taken over somebody else's position before, so I had a shorter term because I took over their term. When that day was coming up, the previous mayor, Mayor Williams, told me that if I wanted to continue on the police commission, I had to send her a letter stating such, and I did. And then they chose to replace me anyway. So,
Mr. Crumpton, do you have any questions? Ms. Berger?
No, I'm good.
Mr. Zimmerman, do you have any questions?
No, I do not at this time, sir.
Perfect. I would entertain a motion.
I make a motion, we accept the application for appointment from Brad Nelson to the police commission.
Second.
Okay. Any council comments? Seeing no council, any public comment? Mr. Orr?
DCR 1117 Nevada Avenue. The police commission is a very important part of what you guys do, and it is not a secret commission. What happened even before Brad was on it, Brad, by the way, would be a real asset to the police commission. He was before. But the police commission is required by Montana law. And the previous mayor just decommissioned the commission, a violation of law. Now, when 3 police officers quit, if they'd had a police commission, they probably wouldn't have quit. So please keep this in operation, watch it carefully, and put good people like Brad on there. Thank you.
Any other public comment? Any other public comment? No public comment online. Just a clarification here, this is filling another person's term again. It does expire on 5/1 of 26. So we'll make sure we get you to fill out an application and resubmit. So that being said, call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations, Mr. Nelson. Thank you for joining our police commission.
thank you. Also, I just wanted to say thank you because last time I didn't get any correspondence letting me know that I wasn't going to continue on the police commission, but this time I got a message from Hugh, Leanne, and Sam. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Next item of business is approve all claims received to date. Has everyone had a chance to review those claims? Perfect. I would entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve all claims today.
Second.
Any council discussion on claims? Any public comment on claims? Seeing no public comment on claims, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Claims and payroll are approved. Moves on to approve all business license applications received to date. 5 Star Hair Salon, Fresh Spaces LLC, and that is the 2 we have. I'd entertain a motion.
Make a motion, we approve all business license applications received to date.
Second.
Any council comment? Any public comment? Seeing no public comment, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Those licenses are approved. That brings us to general comments from the council. I have something for us. So I have 2 things actually. You all should have received a thank you letter from Mr. Huntsberger for the Economic Development Fund for the Heritage Council. And then also I have received a request for a letter of support from the Lincoln County Animal Shelter. They're applying for a grant from Ryan Zinke's office to build a new animal shelter to help protect Lincoln County and provide services thereafter. Unfortunately, they did not make the deadline to make it on this agenda, and they have a deadline of the 6th, so if you'd please reach out to me and see if you support me signing that letter before that date, and we will move forward from there and see what we can do. So any other council comment? No other council comment? Mr. Zimmerman?
I'm all good, thank you, sir.
We're glad you're up and going, sir. Anyways, I would entertain a motion.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you everyone for coming.